home of the mighty West, home of the brave red man, comes your Indian storyteller, Teepee Greenwood. Again, we invite you boys and girls to join your Indian friend, Teepee Greenwood, in another exciting story of the long, long ago. Member of the powerful Chippewa tribe of Indians, Teepee Greenwood brings you legends that have been handed down generation to generation in the history of the people who first lived in this great land of ours. Travel with us now to the teepee of Teepee Greenwood. Folks at Cole and Chompa, Greenwood greets you in the salutation of the Plains Indians. It was customary for the children of many tribes to meet in the teepee of some old warrior, and there, during the time between the evening meal and their bedtime, to listen to one of the old tribal legends. Tonight, my young braves and maidens, I invite you to join your little red brothers and sisters in my teepee to hear one of these old tales of long ago.
What story are you going to tell us in Teepee Greenwood?
Have patience, my little red plume, and I shall tell you the story of how the tinsel pony got his start. To the Indians of the plains, it was indeed a sign of wealth to own many horses, and therefore, when a little Indian boy of long ago was given a beautiful white coat as a birthday gift, he was indeed proud. Each day, the boy would feed and groom his pony, and talk to him, and break him for riding.
What was the little warrior's name, Greenwood?
His name was Wansula, which means little hailstorm in the language of the white man.
How did a small boy get such a big name?
Even as a child, little hailstorm was strong and brave, Red Plume. He would protect his brothers and sisters from dangers, and often go with his father on the hunting trips. He was a good Indian boy, and even the old chief of the village noticed his spirit and his lack of fear.
He must have been big and proud, Greenwood, when he found a thing in his first pony.
He was indeed, Red Plume, and although we Indians do not show our emotions easily, little hailstorm danced a dance of joy around his coat, and even the coat showed that he was pleased to have a new master.
Did little hailstorm give his white pony a name, Greenwood?
Indeed he did, Red Plume. He named his coat Monegaki, which means arrow teeth. Each day the boy would feed and groom arrow teeth, talk to him for long hours, and in many other ways make friends with him.
What did hailstorm give arrow teeth to do?
During the long summer months, arrow teeth would feed upon the green grass of the prairie, and in the fall of the year, little hailstorm would peel the bark from the cottonwood trees and give it to arrow teeth as his regular feed. The Indians did not have raw sugar, of course, to give to the horses, so as a special treat, they sent them bark strips from the poplar trees. As time went on, both boy and pony grew, and at last came the big moment in the boy's life, a moment he had been dreaming about ever since he was big enough to walk.
What had he been dreaming about, Teepee Greenwood?
Oh, Red Plume, he was to join a small war party, leaving in the morning to make a raid upon an enemy village. The raid proved a success, as they captured many horses and lost no warriors.
Did little hailstorm ride down Teepee in his way?
Arrow Chief carried his young master on this and many other successful raids, hunts, and war parties. One day, a scout reported that a large party of enemy warriors were drawing near to camp, intent to gain back the horses that had been stolen from them.
Did the scouts bring the news behind Teepee Greenwood?
Patience, my child. As soon as the scout had related this news to the chief of the tribe, a war council was called, and a large party of the tribe's best warriors set out to meet the enemy in the open and away from the village.
Was little hailstorm among them braves that the chief sent out?
Oh, indeed he was, Red Plume. Little hailstorm had grown to full manhood, and Arrow Chief, his horse, was one of the prettiest horses in the village, and the envy of many a brave. The war party rode out across the plains and towards the hills where the enemy had been reported. There, near the foothills, two tribes met each other, and a fierce battle took place. If Red Plume would have patience and not be noisy as the magpie and the old women, Grey Wolf will tell you what happened. Little Hailstorm proved himself worthy of his name, as he tore in among the enemy of the hailstorm, raining roar after a blow from the enemy's head with his war club. Many of the warriors from the raiding party noticed this bold young man and realized that if he was not killed, the battle would not last long, and that they would have to retire without any gain. The enemy drew back and held a short war council. Then suddenly they charged forward with wild yells, and a group of them went straight for Hailstone, shooting their arrows at him from all sides. One of the arrows hit his left leg, making him grit his teeth in pain, but bravely he fought on, dodging the flying arrows. But at last he was out of the battle, when one of the arrows embedded itself in his back. Not quite unconscious, he fell forward over his white pony's neck, and there he hung as unmatched as he could. No, my child. The gallant steed, realizing that something had happened to his beloved master, broke away from his fighting side and started a swift front back to his own post. As the Hailstone was just hanging over his pony's neck, the blood from his wounds ran down over the horse's sides and neck, so that by the time they reached the first tree in the village, eager hands felt the now unconscious form from the pony's back. No, not dead, Red Plume, but badly wounded, and it took many, many moons before he was well again. His first thought, when again he was able to walk, was of his faithful horse. As no one had paid any attention to Arrowsheep, the blood spots had by this time dried on his white coat to a dark brown. Hailstone tried in vain to wash them away, but to no avail. The spots would not come off. It was quite a different-looking horse from what the Indians had been used to seeing.
Why was it different from the wolf?
Because, my child, in those early days among the Cheyenne Indians, the horses had all been of a certain color. They had been either black, brown, white, or buckskin in color. But in the years that followed, many of the Indians had ponies with brown spots upon them, as Arrowsheep's children and grandchildren all had brown markings upon them.
And what happened to Hailstone, Chief Grayson?
The men of the village respected his courage. They knew he was destined to become a great chief of the Cheyennes, and this knowledge was soon proven to be right, as the chief of the tribe in gathering of the tribal council made Hailstone the sub-chief of the Cheyennes with these words: "The men of our village greet you, O Hailstone. Through your courage, you have set an example for our young warriors to follow. May your moccasins make tracks in many snows yet to come, and may the Great Spirit make your medicine strong." Oh, Red Plume, Hailstone lived to be an old man, and was well liked by all in his tribe. He in time had many beautiful horses, but none that he loved as much as his faithful Arrowsheep.
Oh, Grey Wolf, that was a wonderful story. And I shall always remember the hardships that young warrior had to go through, and how faithful his heart was whenever I looked those pinto ponies in this village.
Well, my children, the spirit of darkness has spread its wings over Mother Earth once again, and it is time for my young braves and young maidens to retire to the willow beds and buffalo robes. And now, my young braves and young maidens, I have here a song that I should like to sing for you. You have just heard about the Cheyenne Indians of the plains, but now we will take you down into the southwest, among the Hopi, the Navajos, and the Zuni Indians. And the song that I'm going to sing for you now will be the Zuni sunrise call, which the Indians sang from the housetops in the morning at the time of the rise of the sun. Boys and girls, from the lodge of your friend Grey Wolf, you've heard another exciting tale from the lore of the Great Red Man. Ever of the powerful Chippewa tribe, Chief Grey Wolf brings a legend that's been handed down from generation to generation in the history of the first natives of this great American continent. Boys and girls, you can become members of the tribe of Chief Grey Wolf. We told you at the beginning of this series that an important message was to be heard, and here it is. All you have to do to become an Indian brave yourself is to write a card or letter to this station, WCAG, and Chief Grey Wolf will send you his greetings, a picture of himself and his 50,000 women, both of them in full tribal regalia. He will show you on the braves and faces of his great teepee. So get those cards and letters pouring in right away, will you? And let your friends know that you're an adopted brave in Grey Wolf Teepee. And now, my friends, until we meet again, may the Great Spirit make sunrise in your hearts. Bravo. Listen at the same time next week for Grey Wolf and his exciting story of how the chipmunks got its stripes. In time to come, we'll hear many of the old Indian legends, brought to you by your Indian storyteller, Chief Grey Wolf. This is the voice of Central Sweden.